Somebody leaked CIA documents to WikiLeaks, and the Trump administration's not happy about it. At a press conference this morning, Shillue Spicer said President Trump is extremely concerned about these alleged leaks, and then he said this.
Anybody who leaks classified information will be held to the highest degree of law. We will go after people who leak classified information. We will prosecute them to the full extent of the law. This is playing with our nation's national security is not something that should be taken lightly under this administration.
Spicer was then asked to answer this question.
When it came to the campaign and Hillary Clinton, the president said, quote, "I love WikiLeaks." Does he still feel that way today?
There is a big difference between disclosing John Podesta's Gmail accounts about a back and forth and his undermining of Hillary Clinton and his thoughts on her on a personal nature and the leaking of classified information. There is a massive, massive difference between those two things. And I think it is, again, the interest and the outrage that occurred last year by a lot of Democrats when it came to leaks is interesting that we're hearing not as much outrage now when it comes to some of our issues of national security.
That is interesting. So Spicer sees a double standard, for which he was promptly scolded by CNN. They said this: Spicer's decision to mix politics with his condemnation of WikiLeaks' latest dump broke with a simpler approach followed by his predecessors, who stuck to their role of voicing the government's concerns about leaks without drawing in tangential issues. But you heard the tangential issue came from the reporter at the press conference. Spicer was asked a direct question about the Trump campaign, and he answered it. And Spicer's right. The press was so outraged over those leaks last year because they hurt Democrats. But somehow they've delighted in every leak since January 20th. Ah, good point, right, Dave Smith? You were kind of snickering at him with the, it's a totally different thing. It is a different thing.
Well, it is a different thing, but his implication is 180 degrees wrong.
What?
I mean, yes, it is a very different thing. Violating the privacy rights of an individual is wrong. Exposing government secrecy is great. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course, you have the opposite, but okay. So
you're right. I have this crazy vision that the CIA is a group of people who got caught torturing people and lying us into war a few years ago. So I'm okay with their secrets being exposed, and having those people spy on private citizens, I find to be a little bit dangerous.
Yes, but coming from someone like Shillue Spicer, don't you agree that they're two different things? He wasn't,
They are two different things. Yes, I agree with that.
Exactly. Ben Kissel, you want to jump in here, I can see.
I want to jump, well, as high as I can. The whole thing is like the movie Clue. It's all about government secrets, and Shillue Spicer is like Tim Curry as the butler, just try to keep it together. And it's like, we're having a fine dinner party. It's a fine party. But of course, I mean, Dave is correct. There are differences, but at the same time, I don't mind the CIA's tactics and what they've done over the years on foreign policy being revealed. And the Podesta leaks, what did it give us? Pizzagate? But the CIA leaks,
wait a minute, hold on.
Gave us torture in Guantanamo. So it's quite
let me go over a couple of things that that we got from that DNC leak. The fact that the Democratic Party was working hand in hand with the press. Well, and everyone in the press writing questions for the debates.
And that's the only proven collusion that we've seen in 2016. All this Russia stuff is yet to be validated.
There you go. So isn't that the scandal, Mr. Tierney?
No, I think that there is a consistent philosophy here, basically, and that Spicer has, is that if it helps our side, it's a public service. Right. If it helps their side, it's a crime.
Yes.
And I think the Democrats feel the same way. They're both very consistent.
Yes, and so, what I was trying to say here was that the people in the press, that they really were, I mean, they obviously, so much of the press is on the side of the Democrats, so they were so concerned about these DNC leaks that they had to tie Trump to them and the Russians, and they're still talking about it. But they seem to be delighted. I mean, is anyone complaining about the leaks that are coming from within the White House?
Right. Remember when there was the whole thing about Valerie Plame, that identity being leaked?
Yes.
And the press, I mean, the liberal press was so outraged at this, and they're demanding an investigation, and you're thinking, these are reporters complaining about leaks, and then two of them, and then they end up going to jail for the leaks. You're thinking, what? Because it was the other side that was, that was leaking.
Of course. So, I mean, we never heard the end of that. Valerie Plame, they made movies about it. Dr. Kelly, What do you think? I'm pretty good at the monologues, right?
So,
That's the question. Yeah, I think I could tell she was impressed.
CIA to your monologue skills.
So I don't know about you guys, but I agree with Melissa McCarthy. Oh, wait, were we not watching that? We were watching SNL. Sorry.
I love his press conferences. I mean, I
can't get that vision out of my head, though.
I love anybody who's a press secretary.
Oh,
it's
yes.
an amazing job because they just come up there like, look, I'm going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you an honest answer to what you want. And then it's just a challenge of how good they can be at avoiding.
That's one job I would never want, though. I mean, I every day feel bad for him. Seriously. Would never want that job at all.
It's the cerebral version of being the Frenchman on the wire trying to walk between the Twin Towers. It's just a nightmare to do. But these CIA-likes, I mean, you look at what happened, what they uncovered with the journalist Michael Hastings, whose car miraculously exploded after coming against the Obama administration.
This is your favorite thing.
Well, it's very interesting. It came out in the leaks.
No, I'm sure that sober guy just sped at 135 miles per hour.
Dave,
into that
cars explode.
lot.
He bought the exploding car. So he bought it from the exploding cigar store as well.
We'll go into that on one of your crazy podcasts.
I'm sorry, is this the Alex Jones show?
If we're going to talk about exploding cars, we need a long time to talk about. Okay.